Monsters in Our Lives by Irina Dyankova. Woo! Ah! Hide quickly! Monsters are coming! Warning: this story is not appropriate for young children, people with heart conditions, and highly sensitive individuals. Watch at your own risk. We all come into this world as little sunshines, full of love, energy, curiosity, and acceptance. For some of us, this state lasts only moments, for others several years, and some lucky bastards live in it most of their lives. But this story is not about them. So, we live mostly in the state of bliss, or near bliss, until the first bad thing happens that challenges our deep-held positive beliefs about ourselves and the world. Maybe our friends tease and reject us, or dad gets drunk and yells at everyone in the house, or we get an F in school, or we fall down and there is no one there to support us. These are our first cracks in the bright perception of the world. When the cracks are small, spaced out, and there is support in dealing with them, we gradually form more realistic and practical perception of this world. However, for some of us, the first or second or nth bad event comes in the form of overwhelming trauma that, in the best case scenario, creates a huge crack in our perception of the world. But in most cases, completely shatters our perception of ourselves and our lives. This is when monsters are born. Maybe you witnessed a robbery and a shooting. Hands up! Freeze! Move your finger and I will kill you! Come on, guys, grab all the cash and valuables and let's get out of here! Or a tornado happened and your house was destroyed. Your family was injured and you were found scared and shocked underneath all the junk that your house became. Or you were sent to the war and had to witness killings, had to witness death of your comrades, or maybe even you had to kill others. Or maybe your father was a mean drunk, and every Friday and Saturday night you were beaten up, insulted, and left alone to lick your wounds. When stuff like this happens, our perception of the world explodes and is shattered in pieces. Stability and peace we knew ceases to exist. We are overwhelmed, shocked, confused, in denial, and don't know what to do. The more of those traumas occur, the closer they are to each other in time, the younger we are, or the less support we have, the more devastating and far-reaching this explosion is. Sooner or later we come out of shock and something in us says, enough, it's time to move on. We really want to move on, but we don't know how. We can't remember what happened, and we still don't know how to make sense of it all. So we come to a fork in our life journey. On the one hand, we can acknowledge that we are overwhelmed and in need of help. We can say to ourselves and others, my world has changed and I don't know how to live in this new world. Please help me or find help for me. Deep down we know that if we make this choice, we have to face our internal devastation and deal head-on with what happened. And it is horrifying. We also know that many people, including ourselves, may view us as weak, incompetent, and sick. They may lose their patience with us and withdraw their support. This part signals danger and has red flags all over it. On the other hand, we can pretend that whatever happened didn't really happen, or that it was not a big deal. We can shove all the monsters of the situation in the basement, lock them up there, and lose the key. We can appear to ourselves and others as if we moved on. We know that most people around us will be excited if we make this choice and will cheer us on. Yay! Good job! Way to go! Yay! We know that we don't have to face monsters if we go this way. No wonder most of us make this second choice. So, we are taking the first steps on the path of I am okay and moved on. The first order of business is to push all the bad memories, thoughts, and feelings out of mind. Those are the monsters that have to be locked away. So we gather all of them, take them to the basement of our consciousness, build a prison cell for them there, with a metal door and a deadbolt and a strong lock. We shove them behind the door, turn the key in the lock, and poof, they're gone. We joyfully skip up the stairs. Relieved, we start our new life. Then, one day, something unexpected happens. We hear some movement downstairs, and when we go down to check, we see that the door is cracked open and one of the monsters escaped. We are alarmed. Hell no! We are terrified. We don't understand how this could have happened. The door is strong. The locks are elaborate. We are the only ones who have the key. Anyway, we find the missing monster. It didn't go too far. We shove it back. We count for all others. We install a couple of new locks. We seal the door and leave the guard, which is a part of our consciousness, by the door. Relieved, we skip up the stairs again. This time, however, we realize very soon that keeping those monsters behind the closed door is starting to cost us. We cannot sleep as well, because we worry one of them can escape at night. We are tired throughout the day because a lot of our energy goes towards keeping them in check. We hear those monsters screeching in the basement, calling us. Sometimes when things are quiet and we are alone, we can even hear what they are saying. Remember how scary it was when Johnny was bleeding out right in front of you and you could not do anything to save him? It's all your fault that you got raped. You should have fought harder. Peter! Peter! Come here, Peter! I have something to show you. No one can live like this long. We feel like we are starting to lose our minds. Now, with all the monster activity in the basement, we are turning to booze, weed, painkillers, overeating, suicidal thoughts, fighting with others, anything at all to not hear those scary monster voices. We are still trying to hold it together and to maintain a facade of doing well, but inside we are falling apart very quickly, and people start noticing. For some of us, it's enough, and we are looking for another option. Others have to experience turmoil longer and maybe even lose a job or marriage or perhaps health in order to reach their personal bottom. But eventually, we are back to square one again. We are overwhelmed, shocked, confused, in denial. We don't have energy or strength to hold these monsters behind the closed door anymore, and we don't know what to do. Wait a minute. Remember that fork in the road? There was another choice, another path leading somewhere. Let's go back and try again. So, we are back at the fork. We are looking at this other option, and it has red flags and danger signs all over it. But what do we have to lose, really? So grudgingly, we take the first steps on this other path. We can see that it is a long one, with multiple challenges and pitfalls. It's dark. The monsters are screeching. Now they're in the open, not in the basement. This is probably what they call the dark night of the soul. We're exhausted, hopeless, scared, and alone. We just put one foot in front of the other. Wait a minute, what is it? We can see trees and flowers. Is there someone else there? At some point we discover that there are some folks who are willing to support and guide us on this road. Maybe a therapist or a spiritual teacher, or those who have been on this path longer. At their suggestions we start exploring new things, such as yoga or meditation or camping or perhaps hiking. We even start therapy, but shh, don't tell anyone so. Now we sometimes have good days. At other times we still want to lock monsters in the basement. And perhaps do, for a day or a week or a month. But we inevitably find our way back to the healing path. Depending on our situation, it may take months or years to recover to the point when we can experience joy and love again, when we don't want to die anymore, when we look forward to the next day, when we have someone we are open with. But this day comes for everyone who stays on this road. What about monsters though? What about them? They're still there, but they're not screeching anymore because we befriended them. For more information about trauma and recovery, read the Healing Journey blog by Dr. Irina Dyankova, licensed psychologist in private practice in Knoxville, Tennessee. Thank you.